I'm trying something a little bit different. I thought I'd have a go at creating a video of one of my older posts, Vue running processes and their children. In some data warehousing implementations, Bash and Linux tools in general have formed a central part of the ETL control flow. Shell scripts are a common way to combine applications and tools, including multiprocessing, perhaps something for a future post. When I started using multiprocessing for parallel processing tasks, I succeeded in improving the performance of a number of regular ETL processes. As the number of developers and processes grew, it became more difficult to get an understanding of what scripts were running at that point in time and which commands they were currently executing, just to get a brief idea of the progress of each script and who was running whatever processes and scripts on a server at a point in time. I was quickly able to view all running processes using the ps command, but getting the output I desired became more difficult. For those unfamiliar with ps, it's a simple tool for listing the running processes on a Linux environment. The output is generally pretty basic. It's a very powerful and robust tool, but as you can see, the output isn't as human-friendly as we might like. In the end, I created functions for manipulating lists of IDs and iterating over them to get all the process IDs which sat beneath each one. I've started to wrap some of the useful bits of script tool I've created in the past for ETL processes into a library on Git. There is more to add, but this is a personal favourite. Please have a look at my Git repository, link in the comments below on my blog. To get the library for this tool, you can download the whole thing from Git, or just download the individual script. Pulling the library is one simple command. Now we have the library downloaded to our environment, let's have a quick look at what's there. A couple of standard text files and two bash scripts. The one we're interested in right now is the process tree.bash. Shell script libraries can either be included in line in a larger script, or the functions just made available into the session. To include in the session, just put a dot and space followed by the script file reference. Note, I've prepended the functions in my library. bf for bash function, a user-facing bash function, prepended for clarity when using tab completion. hbf, helper bash function. These are bash functions called by the user-facing functions, with a different start to limit the options when we're trying to do tab completion. Now, if we start typing bf and we hit tab, we can see the two bash functions I've created, script view and session view. Session view shows all the active user sessions and their process trees. At the moment, it's just me running this command, so not very interesting. Script view shows all running shell scripts and their children. As you can see right now, there are no scripts running. If I open up a screen session and run the session view, the output becomes a little more interesting. Here we can see my session as before, but screen is now running below it. Note, a screen session which is detached and the user disconnected will show at the top of the tree. The script view remains empty, as I am still not running any shell scripts at the time. For testing and demonstration purposes of multiprocessing shell applications, I've created three scripts. Script 1 just outputs its process ID and its parent process ID, the process ID of the command which called it. It then uses the sleep command to wait for 10 minutes. Not exciting, but good enough for our demo. Script 2 just calls script 1 multiple times, so we have lots happening in parallel, with a key wait command at the bottom so it doesn't exit out while the other processes are still running. Script 3, similar to script 2, just creates more instances of script 2. So if I create a tab in screen and run script 1, then go back and do the session view, we can see the screen session is running two bash instances, the one we are using to view and the one running test 1. Now at last the script view shows us there is a script running, and that the command it's calling is sleep. Now let's kick off an instance of script 1 and script 2. If we look at the session view, there is a lot more going on there. We can see this bash session, we can see the bash session running test 1 and its wait, we can see the test 2 and its multiple test 1s and their wait commands. A whole lot of information. When we do the script view, the session part of the tree is removed and we see the two parent scripts and their children neatly displayed, both the test 1 and also the rest of test 2. Just to make more output, I'll throw test 3 into the mix. Now when we look at the output, there is this beautiful tree stemming from test 3. I hope this tool is useful to others working in a multi-user environment where shell scripts are used. For people who are happy to open up the code, the filtering is fairly simple, and I've left lots of comments so it can be modified to track other types of processes in the same way.